What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tamaj, and today I'm here with Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 6, The Climb. So they're probably going to be climbing the wall. So we're probably going to get everything with Jon and Mance Raiders group attacking probably Castle Black. I know they said there's a bunch of other castles or whatever, or groups within the Night Watch, and they're probably all fine, but they've only ever showcased Castle Black on the show, so that's all I know. And Jon's trying to protect him, but they see that, so they're going to attack Castle Black, if nothing more than to verify the information that he's given. But he's also not aware that they've turned on each other, and they're killing each other. So I don't know what's gonna end up happening with that. I just hope Jon stays safe and he continues to figure things out. I really don't even want him in the Night Watch, to be honest. So I'm hoping that whatever this all leads to, he can go back with his family, because God knows they need him. They're just going through so much. Arya, she is upset the Hound got away. He did not face justice in her eyes. I don't really care about the Hound. I don't really, like, I look at him and I feel nothing, you know? Like, I'm not angry with him because he saved Sansa several times. I don't know that I truly understand that character. He's not, I don't want to say, he's not a good person. But who really is in this show? I mean, their morals are so fucked up and incomparable to the society we live in. So it's hard to say good and bad, who's evil, who's not. I don't think he's an evil person. I think he's lost. I think he's had a lot of trauma, and I think the world just kind of broke that character. I don't even think he knows what he wants, but he's wronged so many people at the same time. And I mean, who he's worked for, and that's another big thing in this world, who you work for kind of paints a picture of the kind of person you are. Like, look at those damn Lannister kids. They got killed for no reason. They had nothing to do with, you know, what Joffrey's doing, but people just want to punish them for their name. And I mean, that's the thing. Your name is who you are. It's how people see you, you know. That's just how it is. So it sucks, but that's just the reality of this realm. Arya, they're trying to sell her to Robb and them, but Robin has his own plans. He's going to try and take Castle Rock in hopes of, I guess, getting the numbers from there and also hurting Tywin. I'm worried about Robb because he fucked up, and he was in a bad spot because that guy tested him, and he had to kill the Karsark, and now half his people are gone. I think that he should have listened to his counsel and held him hostage and kept the Karsark, because they were good fighters. He made a mistake, but that guy kept trying to disrespect him, and, you know, in front of everybody. So it's like hard, because as a king, you can't let that happen, or you could be opening the door to more disrespect, more insubordination, more betrayals. Like, he did have to make a point, but it's just like, at what cost? You gotta sometimes pick what problems you want to deal with. Maybe making an example out of somebody else later on would have been more beneficial. I just stay safe, Robb. Hope Arya does make it to him. And that's sometimes scary too, because he's not in a safe spot. But I feel like if Arya were to come, I think her and Catelyn would leave Robb's area, or at least stay in the river runs. Sansa, they're trying to marry her to fucking Tyrion. He's not gonna go for that. I don't know what scheme he'll come up with. He's a very smart character. I very much am expecting him to somehow get a hold of the situation, as he always does, and turn it in his favor and master the situation he is in. Sansa, even if that means helping Sansa run off, because the Tullys want her. But Littlefinger, you're a motherfucker for doing that just because she wouldn't go with you. And Cersei gotta go, man, and let her marry Soloris. She ain't gonna like him. And he damn sure ain't gonna like her. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But I'm excited to see what's going on in this episode. I'm excited and terrified. We're getting close to the royal wedding. I know that's the red wedding. I feel it in my bones, but I'm scared for what that's gonna mean too, because I keep thinking it's gonna go one way and then something happens in this episode to contradict what I think. Dany's on her way. Don't know what's gonna happen with that. Still ain't seen the White Walker since what, first or second episode. Who else am I missing? Bran. We haven't seen too much of Bran this season. I want to know more what's going on with his story and him being a warg. I see. This is when I start talking for too long. All right, we're gonna get into it. Pull another reaction on Patreon. See, I can talk for 10 minutes, y'all. There's just always so much happening. I gotta stop making these intros so long. I know y'all be like, damn, he recapping again. And I don't have nobody to talk to about all this shit, so not in depth. So me and y'all is who I talk to. Oh, Sam, protect my boy.
You've got too much wood in there.
But the more wood, the bigger the fire.
It needs to breathe. Take off that big log.
You know your fires.
She does live out here in the wintry, realm.
It doesn't get so cold down in the reach. And there were servants, of course.
I knew you were highborn.
Oh, I found something at the Fist of the First Man. Buried treasure. Thousands of years old.
What does it do?
Well, I'm not sure that it does anything. It's beautiful though, isn't it?
How much longer?
Not so far. A few more days.
You like that?
Is the wall as big as they say?
Oh, bigger. So big. You can't even see the top sometimes. It's hidden in clouds.
You really want to take them back there though, and you
Very
kind of
tasty.
doing something you're really not supposed to be doing?
One of the brothers will sing.
And your people just slaughtered each other?
Sing.
No. Not very well.
Sing me a song.
Oh,
Do y'all hear that, or is it just me?
all right. The father's face is stern and strong. He sits and judges right from wrong. He weighs our lives, the short and long, and loves the little children.
That's not how you skin a rabbit.
I know how to skin a rabbit.
Not by the looks of it. You grow up north of the wall. You'll learn the proper way to handle game.
I didn't see any game before I got here.
If I had a bow, I could have shot a dozen rabbits.
Well, I made this by myself. Guess you don't learn how to do that north of the wall.
You learn how to use your fists, though.
Oh, you could have punched the rabbits to death.
I used to be lost in mind.
Well, someone else is sitting right here.
You're both very good at skinning rabbits.
Well, some of us should say thank you when someone else hunts down their breakfast for them. Don't they teach you to say thank you north of the wall?
You've got a big mouth, girl. And too many teeth.
Stop it! You've been fighting since you met. Just stop it.
Lady Reedy's got a stick so far up her ass it's a wonder her feet touch the ground.
You've been nasty to her every day. Of course she's nasty back.
Me? It's my fault. First time I met her, she put a knife to my throat.
Last time I met you, you held a knife at me.
Points for me.
We can't fight each other. We'll never make it to the wall.
See, that scares me because they headed in the direction of the White Walkers. And nobody so far that's headed towards the wall has actually made it there.
I said so, didn't I?
Oh shit, I hear acting up.
You're a good little hunter.
Thank you. See? Not so hard, is it? Thank you.
Don't push me.
I'm right here with you. What's happening? I'm right here with you. What's wrong with him?
Is he having a seizure?
The visions take their toll.
She's having one now.
They're gonna worry that's gonna happen to them.
I saw Jon Snow.
You saw him? At Castle Black?
He was on the wrong side of the wall. Surrounded by enemies.
Have you ever climbed it before?
No. But Tolman's done it 100 times.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of this.
You're afraid.
Hell to the yeah, that's a 700-foot wall made of
Yeah.
ice. Ain't nothing to grab
Aye.
onto if I start
Well,
falling.
it's a long way up and a long way down, but I've waited my whole life to see the world from up there.
It ain't that impressive, honey. I seen it. They got a whole
That's
lot of
too
shit
big for
going
you,
on the
but
other side, just like
not
y'all
good.
do out here.
Your secret's safe with me.
What secret?
Do you think I'm as dumb as all those girls in silk dresses you knew growing up? You're loyal. And you're brave. You didn't stop being a crow the day you walked into Mance Raider's tent.
I knew she put that together when she said you're loyal.
Well, I'm your woman now, Jon Snow. You're going to be loyal to your woman.
She's been trying to save him. I know what she's doing. She is
The
very
Night's
smart.
Watch don't care if you live or die. Mance Raider don't care if I live or die. We're just soldiers in their armies, and there's plenty more to carry on if we go down.
She's saying they're the same.
Well, it's you and me that matters to me and you. Don't ever betray me, because I'll cut your pretty cock right off and wear it round my neck.
She will do it. See, my thing is, though, I don't know if he really likes her. I know she likes him. But
Joffrey?
get their asses, Arya. She got
Cersei.
good, too.
Feeling pain?
Oh! Dang, it's personal with him.
You good?
Dang.
You're not as good as you think you are.
Face, tits, balls. I hit him right where I wanted to.
Aye, well, you took your sweet time of it. You won't be fighting straw men, little lady.
They'll be moving.
Show me a position. Keep your elbow high. You want your back doing the hard labour.
There's someone out there.
Good eye.
That's about far enough.
Melisandre?
We come as friends.
Begging your pardon, my lady. We'll be the judge of that.
And y'all like the Lord of Fire.
Morgulis.
Vado Harris. Og vi dotti rullar om kel brianen desundao.
Thoros gen neurotixa. Voctus eglia ot gaimolaxir teptas. Roberti dari zihi ne keptise exiotonio gemagon.
Crin conta.
Awale ruda numas maisa. Kuptesi puntali jo hexis e gemosu.
A hosso ziri rigibia. Senor hosso ziri rigibia. Why are you here, my lady?
How many times has the Lord brought him back?
6.
Con ir saun costos dawr.
Aexirine liritan.
Kessis honorabis et ilibus daor.
Potore mondeo. Aexiosichon loresum japin. Tesik so softly. He sent you to us for a reason.
You have someone he needs.
Bodkin Point. Penetrates plate at 200 yards.
Nope, it ain't Gendry. I knew it. God damn
What are
it.
you doing? Let go of him. Tell them to stop. He wants to be one of you. He wants to join the Brotherhood. Stop them.
We serve the Lord of Light. The Lord of Light needs this boy.
Did the Lord of Light tell you that, or did she? You're not doing this for your God. You're doing it for gold.
We're doing it for both, Scott. We can't defend the people without weapons and horses and food. And we can't get weapons and horses and food without gold.
You told me this was a brotherhood. You told me I could be one of you.
You are more than they can ever be. They are just foot soldiers in the Great War. You will make kings rise and fall.
So they're saying he has a greater purpose. Oh, you know she about to speak her mind. Ooh.
You're a witch. You're going to hurt him.
I see a darkness in you. And in that darkness, eyes staring back at me. Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes.
Joffrey,
Eyes you'll shut forever.
Cersei, you in pain?
We will meet again.
Are you saying she's gonna be the one to get revenge? I hope that's what she's saying, Arya. Please slaughter them all. Stick them all with the pointy end. And protect Gendry. It's always the good ones that they take. Well, that's cool. They lead and got the rope, so if you do fall, you do have something to hold on to. Well, they're tied to each other, so I guess everybody's gonna hold one another up. Let's hope everybody, if somebody do fall, everybody got a good stake. Oh, they're like in little squads. Don't look down. It's always the number one rule, never look down. This shit be stressful. And I love rock climbing. I always get to the top. But this is something different. See? Hold it together, hold it together.
You alright?
I just got fucking smacked in the face with ice. I nearly died, but yeah, I'm alright.
Sorry, were you sleeping?
You piece of shit.
Water. You want some water? I wish I had some for you.
Well, how do I hate him so much?
Well, let's play a game. Which body part do you need the least? Please, not a body part. Everything, please. But you've already told me everything. Remember? Your daddy was mean to you. Starks didn't appreciate you. One good bit, though. The Stark boys. They're still alive. Wouldn't that be hard to remember? Now, how about your little finger? You don't use that for much, do you? No? Good. Let's start with that.
If you release his hand, he gonna fuck you up. You gonna find the strength of fucking God
Wondering
and beat the hell out of you. 'Cause I know I would. I would at least try. I don't care how weak and tired I am.
where you are,
I got enough rage built
who
in.
I am, why I'm doing this to you.
Yeah, those are all my questions.
So guess. If you guess right, I'll tell you. By the old gods and the new, I swear it. You win the game if you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger.
If I win, he'll let me go.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. You say please again, and you wish you hadn't. You first. Where are we?
No,
Too vague.
Deepwood Mud.
Terrible guess. Now, where?
Blast earth.
Do I look like a fucking umber to you? Carl, how did you know that? Did you see any banners flying when we came in?
No, it was just a guess.
Very good, Lord Theon. And who am I?
Torrent Caster.
He's dead. Strangled by the Kingslayer.
He was your brother. Your father was Lord Rickard Karstark. You swore to tell me.
You're right.
Lord Rickard Karstark is Robb Stark's bannerman. I betrayed Robb. That's why you're torturing me.
Yes,
Hmm.
you win.
But now Robb killed the leader of the Karstark. So how do you feel?
You forgot to ask one question. You forgot to ask if I'm a liar. I'm afraid I am.
Come on, I don't even see all that
Told you
shit.
It's a lie.
Oh my god. Ah.
This isn't happening to you for a reason. Well, one reason. Enjoy it.
Come on, I don't want to see this shit. Ah.
I win.
Thank you for riding here so quickly.
Fuck. God damn.
Cutthroats and our fathers instructed us to tell you
My damn
that his
pinky
alliance
hurt.
with the North can continue. If his terms are met, Lord Frey requires a formal apology for your violation of your sacred oath to marry one of his daughters.
Of course, he deserves as much. I was in the wrong.
As restitution for this betrayal, he demands Harrenhal and all its attendant lands.
I don't think that's what...
We are fighting for the North. Harrenhal is not in the North. It is his. Once the war is over, and we have no further strategic need for it.
And there's something else.
Uh-oh.
We will do whatever we can to give Lord Frey what he needs.
Not what. Whom.
What?
Uh-oh.
No.
Our father requires Lord Edmure to wed one of his daughters, Rosalind.
How old is she?
19.
Can I see her first?
You want to count her teeth? We depart for the twins in the morning. We need an answer before we leave, and a wedding not more than a fortnight thereafter, or this alliance is at an end.
Your father does realise we're in the middle of a war.
Father is old. It would put his heart at peace if you could see her wed to a good husband. His recent experience has made him wary of long engagements.
He has every right to be. Please excuse us while we discuss it.
At least it ain't wrong. I don't know.
Why should I let that old ferret choose my bride for me? Very least, I should be offered the same choice you have. I'm his liege lord.
He's a proud man, and we've wounded him.
I didn't wound him. My answer is no.
This is gonna be fun.
Listen to me, and listen very carefully.
I'd be pretty
You
The
are...
laws of gods and men are very clear. No man can compel another man to marry.
The laws of my fist are about to compel your teeth.
It's all right. You heard him. If you refuse, our alliance with the Freys is dead.
He's wanted me for one of his daughters since I was 12. He's not going to stop wanting it now. When I say no, you will come back and offer me a daughter of my choosing.
You're willing to risk our freedom and our lives for a chance at a prettier wife.
I have a war to fight. We can't win it without them. I have no time to haggle. You said you wanted to make amends for the stone mill.
You recall that heroic engagement?
I had something less permanent in mind.
I've won every battle. But I'm losing this war. If we don't do this and do it now, we're lost.
I'll marry her.
You're paying for my sins, Uncle. It's not fair or right. I'll remember it.
I should send you back to Robb Stark.
You should. But instead you're sitting here, watching me fail at dinner. Why might that be?
Wars cost money. Many people would pay a great deal for you.
We both know who would pay the most.
The Lannisters.
Who'll make you pay the most. We found out you captured me and sent me back up north for a summer execution.
You're right. Perhaps the safest thing to do is to kill you both and burn your bodies.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
It
whoa.
would be. If you honestly
She was ready to fight.
Father would never find out about it.
King Robb is keeping your father quite busy. He doesn't have time for anything else.
He'll make time for you.
As soon as you're well enough to travel, I will allow you to go to King's Landing as restitution for the mistakes my soldiers made. And you will swear to tell your father the truth, that I had nothing to do with your maiming.
Shall we drink on it?
I don't partake.
My lady, may our journey continue without further incident.
Oh, she won't be going with you.
I am charged with bringing Sir Jaime to...
You are charged with abetting treason.
I'm afraid I must insist.
You're in no place to insist on anything. I would have hoped you'd learned your lesson about overplaying your position.
You leave Brienne the fuck alone. She has done nothing.
Why?
But what
My
she was told.
grandson is the pride of High Garden, the most desirable bachelor in all 7 kingdoms. Your daughter
is rich, the most beautiful woman in all 7 kingdoms, and the mother of the king.
old.
Old?
Old. I'm something of an expert on the subject. A change will be upon her before long. I'll spare you the details of what will happen then. You men may have a stomach for bloodshed and slaughter, but this is another matter entirely.
My stomach remains quite strong, however. The only thing that might turn it are details of your grandson's nocturnal activities. Do you deny them?
Oh, not at all. A sword swallower through and through.
Well, a boy with his affliction should be grateful for the opportunity to marry the most beautiful woman in the kingdoms and remove the stain from his name. Perhaps High Garden has a high tolerance for unnatural behavior.
I wouldn't say that. True, we don't tie ourselves in knots over a discreet bit of buggery, but brothers and sisters.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
Where I come from, that stain would be very difficult to wash out.
I will not breathe further life into a malicious lie by discussing.
Oh, she owned up to that dude's truth.
No,
Now you
I
don't want to
won't.
own up to your
You must admit many people
kids'
find
truth.
it quite convincing.
I don't care what people believe, and neither do you. If you refuse to marry Loras to Cersei, I will name him to the King's Guard. I'm sure you're familiar with the King's Guard vows. He will never marry. He will never have children. The Tyrell name will fade, and High Garden will go to the children of Joffrey and Marjorie. So, shall I draw up the order, or do you consent to this match?
It's a rare enough thing. A man who lives up to his reputation.
She just broke the pan. So what does that mean? Uh-oh. It's getting windy up there, wouldn't you say? Ice getting a little thicker. Y'all didn't anticipate this. It's cracking. Oh, fuck. All the way to the side. It's gonna break. A fucking avalanche. Don't you dare cut them loose. Don't do it. Think fast. Think fast. Oh, they don't have nothing to hold on to. Swing them. Let them get over to the other piece. Here we go. Wait. Give them a minute, motherfucker. Ah. There we go. Remember that. There we go. That's my boy Jon Snow. That's my boy. Take my strong hand.
Take my hand. Ah! Give me your other hand. Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand. No!
I would remember that. Yeah, motherfucker. Wait till we get to the top. He would have got a stake right through the back and I would have yanked him off that ice wall.
We're all being shipped off to hell together.
On a boat you built.
Tyrells were plotting to undermine our family. I did what I did to protect our family.
I'm your family, a member of your family, who's actively contributed to that family's survival.
If it weren't for your trick with the wildfire, Stannis would have sacked the city before Father got here. Our heads would still be rotting on the city gate.
Trying to have me killed is an odd way of saying thank you. There are two people in King's Landing who can give an order to a King's Guard. Did you, or did you not, order Sir Madden to kill me during the Battle of the Blackwater?
She did. But was it out of mercy?
The impulse, I understand. He hates me because I'm the only one who tells him what he really is.
Oh, Joffrey?
So, fair enough. He wants me dead. But his stupidity? He could have had me poisoned and no one would have known. But the king orders the King's Guard to murder the hand of the king in full view of his own army. The boy's an idiot.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to tell me if my life is still in danger.
Probably, but not from Joffrey. He won't do anything now Father's here.
You may escape at least. Once Jaime gets back, Sir Loras may come down with a terrible case of soul through bells.
Jaime gets back, yes. But when do we think that's going to be? He's out there somewhere.
Jaime or not, I'm truly fucked.
Who's going to tell her?
Do you think people will like it?
I don't think they will even notice.
There's a run.
You're right.
Run. Poor Shay. Her too.
Anyway, from what
Y'all
I
just
can
need to
tell,
go.
the dressmakers in Highgarden will be far superior to what was in King's Landing.
Uh.
Will they let me invite my family?
They haven't asked my opinion.
But do you
Ma'am.
think they will?
No.
family is not welcome here. They want to kill these folks.
I need to speak with you, Lady Sansa.
Of course.
Alone, if I may.
I trust her, even though she tells me not to.
He doesn't want.
Sometimes we think we want to hear something, and it's only afterwards, when it's too late, that we realize we wished we'd heard it under entirely different circumstances.
It's all right, really.
He is not talking about you.
This is awkward.
1,000 blades.
Oh God, they gotta figure something out.
Taken from the hands of Aegon's fallen enemies, forged in the fiery breath of Balerion the Dread.
There aren't 1,000 blades. There aren't even 200. I've counted.
I'm sure you have. Ugly old thing.
Yet it has a certain appeal.
The Lysa Arryn of Chairs. Shame you had to settle for your second choice.
Early days, my friend. It is flattering, really. You feeling such dread at the prospect of me getting what I want.
Thwarting you has never been my primary ambition, I promise you.
When I thwarted your plan to give Sansa Stark to the Tyrells, if, I'm going to be honest, I did feel an unmistakable sense of enjoyment there. But your confidant, the one who fed you information about my plans, the one you swore to protect, you didn't bring her any enjoyment, and she didn't bring me any enjoyment. She was a bad investment on my part. Luckily, I have a friend who wants to try something new, something daring, and he was so grateful to me for providing this fresh experience.
I hope he didn't kill that girl.
I did what I did for the good of the realm. The realm? Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie. But what do we have left once we abandon the lie? Chaos. A gaping pit waiting to swallow us all. Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder. Many who try to climb it fail, but never get to try again. The fall breaks them.
Sick bastard. Sick fucking bastard.
And some are given a chance to climb, but they refuse. They cling to the realm, or the gods, or love, illusions. Only the ladder is real. The climb is all there is.
Yeah, watch your back. Because I sure would throw a stake in it. Bastard bitch. We're supposed to be in it together. Maybe he does really like him. I know that's his in real life wife. I was told that much. And yet I find myself at another conclusion. This one moved around a little. We got a little bit everywhere. And I enjoyed that thoroughly. Like I like sometimes when we get to sprinkle a little bit of everybody's story. Not too much, not too little. But we get to see what everybody was doing. I think all the scenes were very satisfying in setting up what's going to happen moving forward. Though it still doesn't tell me what people are going to do. Like, everybody is still in their same situation that they were in the beginning. They're moving very slowly forward. Arya, she's upset because everybody she gets close with, all her family ends up either dying, deciding to stay somewhere and leave her, or they just get taken, like with Gendry, who again put his faith in some people because he was tired of having to serve and do all this stuff, and he's like, Arya, I wouldn't be your family, you'd be my lady, you know, I'd be a servant to your family. And then they ended up just selling him basically, and I mean, of course, whether they got the gold or not, they were going to give him up because they believe in their god or whatever. But that sucks for her. Arya, she just is growing so much hatred for people. She's picking up skills everywhere she goes too, but I feel like her hate is, I don't know. That character, I really love her spirit, but it's like they're crushing her. They're hurting that girl slowly, and slowly, she just gets more dark. She gets darker. She just gets so much hate is growing inside Arya, and it sucks. She just wants justice. But what hyped me was Lady Melisandre said, you know, the green eyes, the blue eyes, the brown eye, whatever, you closed them. Basically saying you're going to be the one that kills them. Now, do I see that happening anytime soon? No. And that's the bad part. She's learning to fight, but she's not strong enough to just kill any of them. So we'll see. But they're at least I feel like they're basically giving me that guarantee, like one day she'll get them. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna hope that comes true. Joffrey's sick ass just murdered that lady. Littlefinger found out that she was the traitor. I can't remember her name, but she's been around for a very long time. She was found out to be a traitor. Joffrey killed her, and he enjoyed it, I'm sure. Varys, of course, was upset by that, but Varys, I don't know if I completely got everything from their dialogue. I knew Littlefinger told, you know, Cersei and all that, and set all that up, but Varys is kind of like, why would you do that? Like, you get mad when you don't get what you want, so you want everybody else to suffer. Varys is like, I'm doing this for the realm, but he's saying the realm was a lie. Don't know exactly what that means, but he's saying, yes, but we have to maintain that lie because otherwise it's just utter chaos. But Littlefinger wants to embrace the chaos. He says the chaos is a ladder, which I'm assuming means he, amongst the chaos, can find a way for himself to climb. Because he was staring at the Iron Throne. He wants to sit on it so badly. And I think because he wants it so badly, he'll never get it. Or if he does, it'll be for a split second and it'll be taken from him. I don't see Littlefinger being a character that survives the series. I don't, because people hate him so much. Varys I could see surviving, but at the same time I could see him getting a bad death. No, I know nobody's safe, but I mean, I'm just saying for longevity, from what I could see, I would see Varys outliving Littlefinger. Because Littlefinger is just, he burns bridges. So many people hate him, but he's rich. He has money. He knows how to talk. He knows how to get what he wants. He goes at the right times. He knows what bargains, you know, to play on. So it's just like, he's good at surviving. I'll give him that, but it's only going to get him so far. So we'll see what happens with that. Jon made it up the wall. We'll see what happens next. I feel like it's only going to get harder for him. Jaime and Brienne. Well, he's saying Jaime can go back to King's Landing. You know, no strings attached. Just let them know I had nothing to do with everything that's been happening to you. But Brienne, he's keeping because she's a traitor to Robb. But you are too. You're a hypocrite because that's Robb's prisoner, his most high-valued prisoner. You're letting him go because he's scared of what the Lannisters are going to do. You're a traitor just as much as she would be. But like she said, she was following somebody else's orders. She was following a highborn's orders. So you want to punish her for just listening to someone else's order, just because you deem Catelyn as a traitor or whatever. And Brienne's automatically a traitor because she was doing what she was told. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's like you just want to punish her because you can't punish Catelyn. I don't like that. And Jaime doesn't like that either. He's bonded with Brienne. They both bonded with each other. And I think, to be honest, they have each other's backs. And I think it's not that they like each other. It's just that, like, they recognize that there's a harsher world out here. And I mean, really, it is everybody for themselves. It's like, we got to protect each other. Even if we don't like each other, we have to protect each other from other people, because nobody else is going to have our backs but each other. But at the same time, we're not friends, but we need each other. So it's just like, and plus he sees that she's, you know, that person that even though that's her prisoner, she feels responsible. She wants to protect him if she can. She'll fight for him even though she doesn't like him. She's just that person. I really like her character. I don't want anything to happen to her. But at the same time, he recognizes that. He's like, she's a really good person. She is protecting me. I'm going to do what I can. And he does try to bargain for her, and it hasn't been working out in his best interest, but they are looking out for each other, and I do like that about that. Jaime's character, and I don't like Jaime, but I'm saying his character has become better than what he was because now he knows what it's like to hurt, to feel lost, to see the outside world. He's not going to be the same person. So even if he were to go back, I don't even know what he would be like. I would like to see his character be better. I think I could accept one day. I'm opening my heart and my mind to the possibility of redemption if he can continuously start to do right. But if he goes back down a bad path, I can completely just say, fuck that character. And, you know, but I will open my mind to the possibility that he can become a better character. Joffrey, no. No, never. Never Joffrey. But Jaime, I don't agree with the decisions he's made, but I mean, I understand he was put in a bad circumstance way in the beginning when he had to kill the king and became Kingslayer. He made that very clear. So he was just in a bad situation. So, and I think he just let his ego get to his head a bit too much. So we'll see where his character goes. Who else? Robb. He had to force his uncle to marry Rosalind to make peace with Fred Flintstone, whatever his name is, and that seems to be working out in his favor. So now he'll get his army somehow. I guess because they have the Freedmans or whatever his people have an alliance with the Lannisters, so he can get those numbers. Thankfully, that guy is willing to renegotiate, even though Robb really broke his promise. And hopefully there's no consequences to that or anything, and it all works out. But he wants a swift wedding, so we'll see. But I think if that guy wasn't so desperate, it probably wouldn't go over very well. But hopefully things go back to working in Robb's favor. But it's just like, I worry because the writers, why would I write a story where Robb loses his army just for him to get another one and everything's perfect and goes back to normal? I feel like there's going to be a catch. Because what made them write this story like that? They could have just not shown Robb for several episodes, and then when they want to resume his story. There's going to be, there's something they want. I mean, unless they're just stalling, trying to let other events take place. But like I said, you could just simply not show him, or continuously show him winning battles or something. I don't know. Y'all could have wrote a story where something delays him. I mean, I guess this is a delayment, but I feel like maybe they just wanted to wrap up the storyline with him, betraying the Freemen so they can get that over and out the way. I don't know. But I feel like there's something more to it, so I'm just going to keep my eye out and I'm going to hope. Bran, I don't know where they're going with that. Him and Rickon get the least amount of screen time. But the warg, he just warned him about Jon. And they also seen the warg. They said that him having these visions, it takes a toll on his body. It almost looks like he was like seizing. So there's still more about that ability that we have to learn. I wish they would get more screen time. And kind of push that story a little forward a bit more. So I can see what's going on with those characters. And I would like to see more of Rickon and his side of things. He does talk a bit, but he doesn't get much character development. It's almost like, why did they create that character? We could have just made do with Bran, but I hope one day that they capitalize on Rickon, and especially as he grows. Am I missing anybody? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Theon. I don't know why they're torturing him. I don't. They had me going for a second, but yeah, it wasn't really making sense. So the guy's a liar. He just wanted to torture. They just like torturing him. But why? I guess we'll get to that story one day, but it's like, I'm feeling bad for the guy. I really am. Like you're just torturing me to torture me. Like, it's not even, there's no justification for it. Like, and I at least like that he admit that he was wrong and he did bad. Cause y'all know I was rooting for him last season. I was hoping that he was smarter than he is, and he had some bigger grand scheme to, you know, betray his family and keep his loyalty to the Starks, but it wasn't even that. So now he's suffering. It's just like, But yeah, good episode. Looking forward to what comes next. Thank you guys for watching, and of course I want to hear what you guys thought. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for more Game of Thrones.